Hello, grade 10s, and welcome back to the fifth lesson of General Drawing Principles. Today, we are just applying some previous knowledge learned. So, today we're looking at lesson 2.1, and this is, you can see on the page, we have the line types and then we have the EGD writing. So, you'll see the first thing is EGD is a very specific subject, right? So, it means the way the paper is placed on the board, the way the labeling is done gives you the indication on what is expected from you. So you can see here, just by observing the page a bit, you can see everything that has been uh, placed horizontally means they want us to complete these letters in this sequence. If you look at the lines, the numbering is upright, which means everything that we are doing has to be horizontally as well. If you look at these lines up here, you'll see the labels are placed upright as well. It's not placed skew or turned like you can see here, which means we are not going to rotate the board at all. We are just drawing the way they are placing the lines for us. So let's have a look at the instructions quickly and then we can continue with this. So the first thing is they gave us letters and numbers with three spaces for each. So you can see there should be three number ones, three number twos, and so on. They gave us the starting lines number from 1 to 5. So this is where we are going to practice our line types. So you can already kind of bolt the blocks and see on number 1, we'll do the A line. On 2, we'll do the B line. 3, construction line, center line, and hidden detail line. And we can now look at the instruction. So in capital letters and in print, copy the given letter and numbers in the spaces provided. So they are now referring to these three spaces. And second, use the given starting lines and copy the following lines, line types, and qualities according to each line's number. So I'm going to do a few of these. So as an introduction, I'll assist with these lines. And then with the magic of technology, I'm going to snap my fingers and then these on this side is going to be completed. I am, although, going to quickly indicate to you how you should complete these, right? To use the correct instruments. So if this is fastened on your board properly, you are using your frame, then your T-square is moving up and down. You are going to line it up with point 1 here with that given line, and you should see it lining up with a line on the right-hand side. This is considered an A quality line, which means you just draw a line straight through. Now, I didn't necessarily try and push my pencil through the page. I just drew a standard line, just a bit of pressure, and that's what I should have. And you are supposed to now do this with all three of these. You'll also see that we in EGD you tend to draw away from your body. So it's much more convenient to draw away, or you'll see when I do these, I'm going to start drawing my lines up, away from my person. Then we have this one, the last A line, line it up, just nice and easy. And there we have all three of those. The second one is going to be a B-line type. Now, you have all these definitions for these lines in the additional resource tab, which you can have a look at. So for number 2, it's going to be the same principle, except it's going to be a slightly lighter line. So just a bit less pressure. And it is going to be quite difficult for you to see the difference between my lines due to the lighting and all that type of stuff. But you should clearly be able to differentiate between the A line and the B line type. So again, a medium line. Second, also a medium line. And this is, I really want you to take your time when you do this. Don't think it's just a line you have to draw quick. So these first three has to be dark lines. Then number 2 is B lines, which is a medium line type. And then we have 3. So the third one is a construction line. This is now where you typically just put your pencil down and you kind of just let it glide. I'm not even going to apply pressure on the pencil itself. So this is just a gentle glide through the page. Now you should see somewhat of a line, but if you've done this very properly and I were to stand next to you and look at your page, I should not see these lines unless I really look for them. So construction line, you can see I'm literally just gliding my pencil through the page, and you can definitely see they are much lighter, right? I'm using those to construct my drawings. Point four is given to us as a center line. Now, this is what it looks like. It's also called a chained line. So it has a long line, short, long, short. And this is supposed to be a B quality line. So you'll see if you line number four up, it's supposed to be a long line, long, short, long, short, long, short. And the more you do this, the more accustomed you'll get to the distance that you are using between the 2 points. So it is quite nerve wracking when you start, and you might see yours looks slightly different than mine. I've been doing this quite a long time, so it's easy for me to differentiate between the distances. Mine should be fairly the same, and this is a B quality. So again, number four, remember practice makes permanence. The more you see this, the more you do this, the better you are going to be at this. EGD is also a skill based subject, right? So this means the more you practice, the better you get. Then the last one, I am also going to include some timestamps in the video if you are looking at this on YouTube to assist with skipping some of the stuff you might already have done. All right, so we are finished with the center lines. Now, having a look at number five, that's the hidden detail lines. That means you are looking at something that's behind an object and you indicate it using these dash lines. This is also going to be a B quality. So, number five, same story. You take this quite slow, B quality, and this is now where you have a dash line. And in your sequencing, try and do this. Keep the lines as close. You can see I'm kind of deviating here on the side a bit. That's why I'm saying this. You have to try and keep the spaces in between the dashes the same. You have to keep the line roughly the same as well. You can see I've started quite short and I ended with a longer line. Now, typically you're not going to draw a hidden detail that's this long. So it might be very short segments, which makes it easier to digest at the end of the day and to draw. Ultimately, at the end of the day, doing EGD is not supposed to be a race. It's supposed to be a very pristine, precise, and accurate subject and drawing that you have. And the last one is also going to be the dash, hidden detail. And remember, this is not subject to just using this page. You can grab any page anywhere, and you can practice these line types. Like I said, mentioned in lesson two already, you might have already came across these type of lines. You just never put a label to them. You use them when you just doodle stuff on your page. All right, next thing that we have is going to be back to point one in capital letters and in print copy the given letters. So this is going to be the neatest that you've ever done anything. You are looking at the lines directly underneath the letters, and you are going to copy the letters plus these numbers as neatly as possible. So from there, A, B, roughly try and make them the same size as well. And you can see I'm kind of now rushing through this. But when you do this, really try and, because it's going to be your very first time looking at this EGD and the writing, all of you have written capital letters somewhere in your life. But every single thing that you are going to do in EGD has to be labeled in capital letters. So try and take your time, get the feel for this, get the feel for the letter size, and see if you can get everything roughly the same. And this might seem redundant. There's a reason that in EGD we start with the writing. Because in every single subject in your life, especially like languages, you have to start with the very basics. So we are doing this again. It seems redundant, but I guarantee you that as you go through all of these lines and these letters, you will see if you do them constantly, this is going to become second nature to you. These line types have to be used in every single drawing that you do. You are going to be applying all of these lines constantly. So in the beginning of EGD, you might think about these lines quite a lot, and all right, this is supposed to be a light line, that's supposed to be a medium line. But later on, as you progress, these lines are going to be the very baseline of what you do. You don't have to think about them anymore. They are just going to follow. The same with the writing. So I hope this lesson helps, and I'll see you in the next one.